All right, Power Took a Trade Sandra here on StockTwits. I'm going to be talking about the Google trade. So let's take a look at the Google trade. Give me 1 second here. All right, here's the Google chart here. Let's talk about these options, the December 02 790 call options for Google. Okay, these are weekly options, and again, they would expire by the end of the week. So let's talk about this plan. Google is set up to test 797 quickly. The December 02 790 calls could be used. Now, we would need to see power, so the first thing we want to see is GOOG needs to break above 777 on some good action volume. Good action volume is 200K on a 10-minute chart. If the volume is less than that, then watch the space. So let's talk about that. So basically, we want to see that there's some power towards 777 if we want to get in at this price point with some volume. If not, we want to see this base above 777 and look for power towards 780 or a break of 780, okay, to engage with these options. So let's go take a look at the options at Yahoo to take a look what they're worth and talk about a bit more about them. So here we are at Yahoo Finance. I'm using the Google browser here to show this. So this is how it works, where you have all these, where you can click on the options settings over here to see the options. I'm already there, but if you click on that, it will bring you to the options screen here. And the December 02, since this week, these are the weekly options. They are already going to show up, right? So now if we scroll down to the 790 calls, you can see they're trading for about 50 to 80, well, in between 50 to 80 cents. So you probably could get it for about, 70 to 65 cents. There's a 30-cent spread. I mean, that's not very much for Google. It's pretty good. And that's why I'm talking about these ones, these particular options. Now, again, these are weekly options, and that means they expire by the end of the week. But with Google, this could pop very quickly to 797, and these could gain 100 to, depending how close we get to the target, 100 to 200% for these options. Okay, and I mean, look at this. Now, right now they're trading for about under $100. You're controlling 100 shares of Google for less than $100, right? So, of course, when these options would confirm, I'm estimated that they'll probably cost about $2. If they confirm, especially tomorrow, they'll cost about $2. If they confirm later on in the week, they probably would cost less, right? So it really depends when they confirm. But right now, as it stands, to document this, they are trading around 80 cents. Now, let's say you get in at $2, and it hits you just 790, they will probably double. Okay, even a bit more than double. And of course, if it goes into the money at 797, they'll probably go to 200%. And why is that? Well, if we look at the option prices, for example, Google is trading close to 770, and the 770 calls right now are trading near $6. Okay, and so that's just in the money, right? And if we go a little bit into the money, you're looking at they're worth about $1,000. All right, see, 1050, they're worth about $1,000 into the money. Okay, so you can see how you can make some good solid gains, because these options going into the money will be worth could be worth $1,000. So you could make 300%. 100% would be on a low level, depends on where we get it. If they would get close to the money, they'd probably be, doubling your money. But this is to give you the idea, right? Now these would trigger. I estimate they trigger between $2 to $2.50 each. If they trigger, if they confirm. Remember, confirmation is key in options. That's very important, but I wanted to explain that. Now let's take a look at why did I select that? Well, we look at right now at the point in time, if we were to go 1 week out, let's say to December the 9th, and it's not going to really help you much with Google, because the way Google moves, with options, you really want to get in when it's ready, and it is ready. There is something ready. This is why I'm mentioning it. Part of with options, you have to have a good setup. This is how you make money, and basically, I'm demonstrating the setup part, which is what I'm doing. And then you need a reason to get in, and there's a reason to get in. But you can see that these options right now they're not really giving me a good idea here how they're trading. Um, you want to get into things with a good spread, and I wouldn't, these just aren't trading as well, right? You can see they're not trading well. So the reason why I selected these December '02 option calls, let's go to the option page again and go back to the 790. As you can see that these options are trading really well. There's a small spread. They traded quite a. There's 442 options were traded today. They engaged new, right? So there's something happening, but that's not the only reason, right? So let's go back to the Google chart here. So again, there's something happening here with Google, and I think we're going to attempt that 795 to 797 area. We could even go beyond that. But then it could pattern at that point and form another pattern. I'll need to see more information, but what I do see is a good chance we pop to that 795 to 797 area. All right. Now, if you like this video and you want to see more great plans, I suggest you subscribe to my channel. But yeah, you can hit the subscribe button. And these are other plans you could see that like this and cat trade. These are options you should check out. These plans over here. These are a lot less risky to get into, and they can do pretty well as well. But this Google one is really quick money for someone who's looking to make really quick money. And again, you can follow along and see how it works out. If it confirms, I will make a follow-up video based on how it confirms and how well it does. So subscribe for more great ideas. Check out my other videos. So let's take a look again at this. So power target trades, people. So don't forget to subscribe to Power Target Trades. Check out my other videos. Okay. You can check out. I think this and cat plan. If they confirm, they could do pretty well. They're a lot less risky, right? Check out my UNH AIG plan. Again, these have more time, a little bit of a, Google's a different animal. I usually trade weekly options when they're great setups, and I've made some great gains trading options in Google only when it's set up, and I really feel that Google's going to make a quick pop to the 797 area, 795 to 797 area. Anyways, if you like my videos, you like my plans, just feel free to subscribe to my channel. There you have it, people. Thanks for listening. Like the video.